for sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now you probably know by now I'm a little late to the party, but I always am. You know what I'm saying? Come give you something after I seen the fight. Well, we have another Undisputed. I haven't watched any post-fight anything, right? Don't do it right after the fight. I come holler at y'all. Another Undisputed guy. I think that's number 7 now in the four belt era. It's a part of, remember this? Doom, 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 double trouble. Doom, 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 double trouble. Hey, they coming for you. Doom, doom, that's what they gonna do. Doom, doom, they don't need a crew. Doom, doom, cause they coming with 2. Doom, 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 double trouble. Doom, 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 double trouble. Hey, double trouble, one of them. The smaller one, 154-pound Jermell Charlo has a spectacular performance against Castano. And let me tell you something first. Castano is game. When you watch Castano fight and his resistance and resilience, then you understand why he beat Errol Spence before, why he's beaten Deverenchenko before, and the amateurs and stuff like that. Sometimes you see this, like, reminds me of my main girl here, Savannah Marshall, right? You know, she beat Clarissa Shields in the amateurs. And when you watch her fight, you be like, oh, yeah, that could have happened, right? Castano, when you watch him, you're like, yeah, that could have happened. He could have beat, you know, these guys. And he still can. It's a good fight. He was taking a lot of punches. Bottom line is, I gave him, though, about 2 rounds against Charlo. There was a lot of close rounds, but Charlo was outworking him, out counter-punching him, and, you know, out punching him, period. But Castano was there. Now, I haven't even looked at the punch stats, but it's just from my view. I gave Castano 2 rounds. I gave him a couple of rounds a draw when I just can't, you know, there's no difference there. I couldn't give Castano rounds where he didn't win the round, but he was, you know, definitely competitive. So, you know, he was behind considerably, but it was still a close fight, if that makes any sense. Right? It was still a close fight. You didn't know what was going to happen until round 10, a left hook, a delayed reaction. And I think, you know, sometimes you take so many punches and all of a sudden it's like, boom, something happens. You know, he got hit. And so, you know, 10th round KO from Jermell Charlo, I think, you know, really is just showing how good Jermell Charlo is. This is the second rematch that he comes back and stops somebody. Did it with Harrison, and now he's done it with Castano. Looked better. He was doing a lot of jabbing to keep Castano off, because a person like Castano, if you ain't jabbing, and like do the Floyd Mayweather, not just jabbing for the head, right? Jabbing to the body, jabbing to the body. And Floyd would jab to the body and then give you a little right hook real quick, because he know you're going to bend down, right? Floyd would do that, bam, bam, right? But, you know, you jab to the body, even Floyd would do it with bigger guys, too. It's very important to do that. I think most of these people understand that. Charlo was doing a lot of jabbing. But what I was very impressed with Charlo was his counterpunching, right? And counterpunching, in the unfortunately the climate we live in, where, you know, if you have color, people are not going to be cheering for you, right? You just ever, no matter what the circumstances is, it's just not going to happen unless you are fighting in your hometown. And that didn't even help Dan and Jacobs against Golovkin. Dan Jacobs was at home. They were going for Golovkin. So when you're doing that, counterpunching is kind of important for a person of color, you know. So when the guy's coming in and throwing and the crowd's up just because he's throwing, you like bam, bam after that. It's pretty good. And I thought that Charlo did a good job of that. Now, after this fight, no one loses face here. Castano ain't nobody else beating him. You know, Castano, what's up? If Erickson Lubin can come back after that fight with Fundura, then, you know, I'm sure Castano can come back from this one, because he didn't take that kind of punishment. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, that's the whole thing about losing. Some people don't want to lose their O's, but losing, and we're going for you more. You know, that's how that is. But sometimes, you know, we don't want to get into politics. This is just a simple, great fight, great courage from both fighters for wanting the rematch, for wanting Undisputed. We're living in the age where other fighters don't even want Undisputed, and they're getting paid way more, right? Pay-per-view and all that. They don't even want to be Undisputed because they're scared to get beat. So these guys both done that. So props to both of them. Now, as for Jermell Charlo, he stays number 5 pound for pound. in my damn list. My list is about 6 months old. Go check it out. Doma's pound for pound. I did part 1 and part 2. He's on part 2, right? Number 5 pound for pound, and he stays there. My list is pretty damn good. The only thing that's in that list back then, I was have to put Guillermo Rigondeaux up out of there, right? I hope he gets better with his eyes. Hope something miraculously happens to him. But other than that, I think my list is still up to date, right? And he stays at number 5 pound for pound. Now, this should be pound for pound for any damn list. But the list that we be out there, you know, I told you, make your own, because they're some kind of way ignore this. You know, let me ask you all a question. Who else in boxing all this time? Because you haven't seen Jermell Charlo, and you haven't even seen Jermell Charlo, even though Canelo avoided him with the franchise title. But okay, you can't see Jermell because he's got 1 title, even though he's a 2-division champ. Now, his brother Jermell is 1-division champ. But who else in the pound for pound list or in boxing has 3 belts in their division, and a good damn division? I ain't talking about minimum weight or something. A good damn division, a great competitive division, has 3 belts and is not in the pound for pound list. That's the point. That's why he was in there 6 months ago at number 5. He stays there because the 4 in front of him are pretty damn awesome. Well, no, he might even move up a little bit because I had somebody in there, but I ain't going to tell you who what person is that got to get out because you won't go look at the damn list. Go look at the list. Part 2 is that's the one. But anyway, congratulations. I want to say congratulations to Jermell Charlo. I can't do it like that. Congratulations to both of them for giving us that fight and handling their business. And just more congratulations to Jermell Charlo. Welcome to the pound for pound for everybody's list, I think. But you was already mine. In my list anyway. And go party with your brother, because y'all double trouble. Doom, doom, doom. Anyway, we out of here, y'all. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.